It's all there still, that's good. Time to start the Bluick for the first time in 2024. Last this ran, couldn't tell you, September, October, whenever the last time I had a video on it was. That was the last time I started it. Really have not driven it. I have already put air in the tires, but we're not going anywhere today. Just gonna see if it runs. Curl. On there, good. It's about halfway. That's about where it's been. Hello. There it is. Brakes we're not going to worry about because we don't need them. That's one. Power steering. It's got. It's on the steak. Low, probably. Could use, but it's got. Definitely enough to run. That's for sure. So we got that. That's good. I guess we'll pull the air cleaner. Take a look there. They did a great job painting that. Just make sure there's no critters in here. Clean as a whistle. Nothing to worry about. That's all good too. Come on. There you go. There's nothing obvious leaking or bad. Last year the alternator belt was kind of loose. It's still kind of loose, so that may squeal. Because it was doing that last year when I would rev it. It seems tight, but it needs, it flexes just a little much. And the problem is this is a non-standard belt. So when that breaks, I don't know what it is because, I don't know if you can see this. I'll take you over here. What's supposed to be happening, because the car has AC, is this pulley is supposed to have two belts on it. This belt, which is driving the alternator now, would be on the crankshaft pulley, which is another one out. There's an empty pulley there. This belt would be longer and would go around here. Why it was changed in that? Probably the alternator went. It's definitely not original, we know that. And that's what they had, and that's what they made work, I guess. Ice cube juice? Yeah, I mean, it could probably use a little, but it's all right. You know, it hasn't been run, so I didn't like how that felt. Now it's stuck. There we go. Okay. That's good now. And gotta pull the blood stick. This leaks, but it's plenty over full where it has been. So we're gonna make believe that's good too. I don't know if it's the right blood stick for it or not. It's got fluid in there. Is it low? Maybe. It looks over full. It always does. You're not supposed to check it this way. I'm well aware of that. You're supposed to, you know, warm it up and all kinds of great stuff like that first and run it through all the gears and whatnot. That kind of thing. So I think we'll go here. That should be good. And I think it's about time. This had next to no gas in it. I shouldn't have left it that way, but I did. I just put a gallon or so of 87 gas in it. It takes premium, but the gallon will be enough to go to the gas station, which, like I said, we're not going anywhere today, so it doesn't really matter. All right, I guess this is it. I need to wash it, or at least spray it down with the hose. Probably hit it with the pressure washer. I have, that's leaves, that's okay. I have put the battery charger on this. It didn't really need it, but it was at like 96 or 94% or something, so we should be good on that with the new battery. Man, I have not sat in this in a long time. Definitely got lights there, and in the back, yes, they're working. The light for the trunk is burned out. It's a number 89 bulb. If anybody has any of those that they can part with, I'd appreciate it. I don't know if the gas gauge moves with the key off, but if so, then it definitely is more gas than it had. This is exactly where everything was when it was shut. We're going to give her 10 pumps. Okay, we're good. Now, I think we're pretty much ready to go. We're going to keep our eye on the oil pieces there and give her a go. It is not going to start immediately. Last year it did for some reason. I don't know why. I'd prefer if it cranks and cranks and cranks, and if we have to do 2 tries, even better, because that hopefully will get some oil pieces up in there. Let's turn the key on. Okay, the gauge is moved properly, so I guess we're ready to give her a go. Okay, we'll give her a couple more shots. 2 more. Let's give it another. Give it another go. Here we go. We're getting oil pieces. But still, no gas. I might have to pour a little in there. There he goes. Look at that. A beautiful startup. It's running not too bad. Not bad at all. I'm very impressed. Give her a little bit. Yeah, there's the belt. You can hear it. It's misfiring like crazy, as we expect. So far, so good. Bit of a cranker wanker to get going, but hey, she's running pretty smooth, I gotta say. Really not bad. Very impressed with how well it's running. It's about 60 to 70 degrees, somewhere in there. It's still misfiring. See, that belt is loose. Smokeage. I don't know if that's condensation or if it's actual smoke. It's definitely waterlogged, I can tell you that. That's for sure. We're gonna let it run and warm up. But hey, listen. It's running pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Let me give her a few revs. Take a look at the chooch. Right side, pop, 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 pop. Left side pretty smooth. Definitely not right. Moisture on there. You put that on my hand, just putting it there. That's nice. Pretty good now. No more smoke or condensation from the back. The belt is happier now that it's got some heat in it. Radiator fan is still blowing ice cold. We haven't opened the thermostat, obviously. Got some smoke down here. That may have been a couple drops of oil that I had inadvertently dripped, or it's just smoking, I don't know. Definitely from that area where I dripped a couple of drips. Still juicing along early. A lot of smoke now. But she hasn't run in almost a year. Well, not really, more like 6-8 months. The battery held up great. Ice cold. expected. So I'm going to let it sit here and run for a bit. Definitely a lot smoother. But what is that sound? It sounds like misfires to me. The smoke has subsided. It smells like the old Bluick. We're looking good. There's no obvious leaks. Tank's coming off of that. That's great. Oh, we got some heat in there now. Thermostat open. Barely. This hose is not hot, it's fairly warm, but I'm definitely feeling air that is a lot warmer through the radiator, so we definitely open the thermostat. Just starting, you know, and they have a tendency to get warm and cold. See, now it's kind of cooling off, so it kind of, they call it a wax motor in the thermostat. It got just to the point where it was just opening a bit to let some cooling through to the radiator. And then it said, okay, we cooled all that off, close it down, engine's too cold yet. So it's going to go up and down a bit until we really get some heat in there. Otherwise, it's very, very smooth this time. It started, while it was a bit of a cranker wanker, once it started and ran pretty good, considering how it was. Yeah, now she's open again. See if the horn works. We'll try the lights. Yes, indeed. I'm not going to do the high beams. The less you're going to play with that shit, the better it's going to be. We have blinker. We do. That's a good start. That's working too. Nice. And there's the back. The brighter light on the left is there's supposed to be one on the right, but that socket is corroded. And yeah, they're really dim like that. But that's just what you expect out of an old car. See, that's what it's supposed to be, kind of, with that, but I don't drive this thing anyway, or even at night, so. It's clicking along. Indicator on this side doesn't work. That one works. Wow. The display on the phone that I'm recording this with is definitely delayed from real life. Shut the lights. Lower. Only worked on high. It does. Hey, that worked. Nice. Nice deal. Radio never worked. So, whatever. Yeah, we're up to temperature. We got pieces. Nice deal. Brakes. We got brakes. Let's put her in gear. Oh yeah, right in. Listen to that purr. Neutral. Reverse. Yeah, it wants to move. Drive. Oh yeah, she's moving. Back to neutral. Let's leave her in reverse for a second. See, it's got that shake to it. Yeah, you hear that? Put the lights on, more of a load, and the blower. You hear how it runs like a bag of shit like that? Drive. Not as bad because reverse, you got the reverse lights for more load. You could hear it sputter. So that's what it does. I'm not going to try the wipers because there's all kinds of shit on them. So it doesn't seem to want to kick down. We'll give it a shot again. Now it just stays there. And it's definitely running. It's definitely running fast. If I had to take a guess, we're running in the 900 to 1,000 range. But then with an idle that high, when you turn everything on and it's in reverse like that, why does it get so shaky and terrible? It's certainly not the battery, because the battery's new and it's got plenty of chooch in it, according to the tester and my charger that I put on it. The alternator is obviously putting out voltage. I don't know. So I guess that's really about it. Let's shut it off and then we'll do a hot restart.
Say hi, I like your car.
Oh, thank you.
I have to say.
Well, we finally had a visitor. Usually I had visitors just when I'm outside in the front for whatever reason. So he said, oh yeah, I used to have a 66. Different engine in that one. I said, yeah, I was the 420 nailhead, 67 and 68. They had this 430 engine in it. But it should be a nice hot restart. This is just about the amount of time that you would shut it off, run into 7-Eleven for a coffee, come back out, windows down, nice day. If it were the old days, you could leave the keys in the ignition, get back in, tap the key. That's what I'm talking about right there. There's nothing like that. The Big 6 can never do that. Ever, 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 ever. There's nothing like that. So again, as we learn, from the lawnmower video and the carbonator, we had no fuel in the carbonator, and that's why it was a cranker wanker. If I put some in there, obviously it would have fired right up, but like I said, I wanted to get them oil pieces moving there before it actually fired, because running at whatever RPM it runs out off the starter, what are we looking at? 100, 200 RPM, something like that. So it's barely turning over. There's not much damage that's going to happen. So that was good, and we actually saw the gauge move before the third try and it fired. So that was an excellent, excellent thing. That was complete with the V8 clunk, and then it runs. We don't know what that is. I've talked to a bunch of people. XJO81X used to have a early 2000s Chevy Suburban. I don't know what kind of engine, maybe a 5.7 in that, but it was a V8 push rod. You know, that's all that GM ever made for the longest time, and that would do it as well when it was a hot restart. He turned the key and it would go clunk, and then it would run. Pre-ignition is the only thing I could come up with. I haven't the slightest idea, but she is running fantastic, which I'm really jazzed about after kind of a cranker wanker startup. It's still shaking. The image stabilization on the camera does not show it anywhere near as much, but it definitely is not smooth where you could balance a coin on it like that. There's definitely an exhaust leak somewhere on this side, which I knew about. Because when I rev it, you can see the smoke. I swore I saw a little spark shoot out from there. But I think what it was just a little piece of grass or dust or whatever's here, and the sun is coming right down in that area, which is why I saw the smoke from it right there. But yeah, she's running great. Not going to be doing a warm start. If I end up doing that later, then I'll make a quick clip of that. But otherwise, that's going to do it. She runs once again. Like I said, we're not going for a drive today, but I do need to get it to the gas station and put some premium in it and all that. I gotta really start enjoying it more, but I say that every year. I don't know, it was a thing in the beginning and now it's just kind of here. But one reason I needed to get it started up was because the wonderful, nice neighbors next door said that they're having people come in to power wash this fence. Maybe you can see some of the green on it and that. And they said, is that going to be a problem with the car here? I said, I can move it. So that's on May 22nd, I think. So I'll have to move it then. But anyway, otherwise, running great. So that's going to do it for now. I guess I'll shut it off one more time. So, questions before I end the video, if you know. 3 questions. What is the clunk on a hot restart? Clunk, boom. Happens on the V8s that I know. GM's definitely, other brands, I don't know. Why does the right exhaust pipe have that pop, 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 pop? What is that? And before the engine was rebuilt, it was reversed. The left used to do that and not the right. And the third question is, why does it run like a bag of shit with all of the accessories on in gear, especially with the idle as high as it is? So obviously, as usual, more questions than answers. I'm seeing something here. Is that okay? Yeah, I think it is. It looks like something might have been leaking, but it's not now, and it's not wet, so that's all okay. So anyway, if you have any ideas, I'd love to know. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.